So if you're just catching this here for the first time, we've already gone through the physical aspect of a practice to support getting to know the Pitta dosha. We talked a little bit about ways in which the Pitta dosha influence your life, everyone's lives. So if you want to catch those other videos, please do. What we're going to do now is go into relaxation, which of course doesn't have any prerequisites. You can just come into your relaxation at any time, even if you're just coming out of bed first thing in the morning and you feel that you are not ready for your day. An opportunity to go into the body, to bring your awareness there, to bring your awareness to sensations, to direct the sensations in such a way that will support the mindset for the rest of the day is a really worthwhile way of spending your time. So before we go into the Shavasana, I'm going to have us work a little bit with the neck. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and turn around so that the folks can see you in the camera, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. Okay. So he's propped up on the blanket so that his spine has its natural curvature. And I'm going to ask you to bring your right hand to the right side of the neck. And I want you to find that occipitus bone, the bone right in the center between the cranium and where your neck begins, and then travel towards your ear, the right ear. And use your thumb to do this. So from the center, travel towards the ear with your thumb. So more like this. Yeah. And now I want you to massage around this area and notice if you can catch any interesting sensations there. Any little knots, any little tightness. Just go ahead and look around there, because the head tends to compress quite a bit. And are you finding any area that's a little bit more interesting than others in terms of sensation? Just kind of stay around there. And if there's an area that's just too sore, don't dig too much. Just go more around that area. You're bringing space to that which is contracted. Just moving about there. And you may even want to turn so if you're on the right side, turn your left ear towards the left shoulders to open up more to the right side of your neck. Good. Sometimes when there's a lot of activity in the mind, especially, and with Pitta, there can be a lot of intensity, a lot of to-dos. Just to massage that area, the base of the skull. You can go all the way back to the base, right to where that central most bone is, and then travel back to the side of the ear. Just all in that connection between the head and the neck. All those little pockets there. So just bringing your attention here is enough to dissolve the excess movement, the excess tension in the forehead. All the to-dos. And then go ahead and come back, release that, come back to neutral. And just as you sit here, I'm going to invite you to notice how it feels. Is there more movement of prana, of life force, on that right side of the body now? Is there for you? So you may be experiencing a lot more spaciousness, as he just said, on that right side. And we already know the right side is what? The right side is your fiery side, the Pingala Nadi. And so to bring some softening, some space, some love into that area is to dissipate that excess heat. And for good measure, let's go ahead and go to the other side now. So find that centralmost bone. Yeah. And then place your thumb there. Good. And then begin to travel towards the left ear. Massaging with your thumb. The thumb is strong, so really go ahead and dig in there. Yeah, the eyes are soft, the face is soft. Good. Just keep exploring that area, looking to discover a little bit more space there. And then from here, you may begin to bring the right ear towards the right shoulder to open up a little bit more. You may find that this side is more tense than the other. Whichever side is more tense is the one that tends to be more predominant, more used, yeah? So perhaps that's the side that when it comes to giving some nourishment as what you're doing right now, that's the side that you go to first, that you spend more time in. And when you feel that you've had enough, go ahead and release and then just observe now the difference on that side. How's that for you? Yeah, it feels good? All right. So then now we can go ahead and come into our Savasana. For Savasana today, we're going to do Baddha Konasana. Open up the pelvic region, open up the area of the solar plexus. If you have 2 blankets, so go ahead and give me that blanket for just a moment. If you have 2 blankets, that would be amazing. You could just, this is your Tadasana shaped blanket. You're going to fold it up once, and then you can even fold it up once more. If you don't have that, but maybe you have a couple blocks, bricks, books, something to prop up the legs so that you're not straining through the inner groin, okay? And then go ahead and straighten your legs out in front of you. Good. Place your elbows, forearms down and begin to lower yourself down as we did with fish pose. Good. And as you have your elbows down, then from here, go ahead and bend your legs. Good. Take your torso all the way down. You're going to need to scoot up a little bit to be on the yoga mat. Okay. And then lower yourself down, head comes down. All right, so then from here, the feet are going to face each other, and the prop is going to come up again so that you have this little lake here of support without straining the inner groin. How does that feel on that leg? It's good? Mm-hmm. Good. And then we do the same thing on the other side. How's this? Does it feel pretty even? Got to go in more. Okay, bring the leg in. All right, good. And now would you do me a favor and press down through your arms and lift lift the pelvic floor up? Good. And now move the tail towards me. Good. And then as you sit down, just really feel the sacrum spreading out. Just allow the sacrum to spread. Good. And just be here, breathing. And as you're here in this quiet space breathing, you may notice that there's a little area that needs a slight adjustment in order to feel more at ease. So go ahead and give yourselves that a little adjustment to bring a little bit more ease. Sometimes I like to lift my arms up, round up my shoulders, tuck my chin in, and then release it back down. So I make sure that whole back area is nice and open. But you seem to be right where you need to be, yeah? Nice and comfortable. Good. And so here, the invitation will be to simply observe or consider how the pranas, there are 5 of them, you don't need to know them by name or exactly how they move, But just consider, how is prana moving through my body right now? Just explore with curiosity, with a sense of wonder, what that might be like right now. You don't need to change anything. As you have had a chance to curiously scan the body, places of tightness, release, modify that, and brought your curiosity, your sense of wonder into how the pranas may be moving in your body right now. I'm going to invite you to simply let go, perhaps allowing the sounds around you to assist you in that letting go. Here we have the great privilege of having the water sound hitting the shore. Perhaps you have a water fountain near you, and you can just give your attention to that soothing, calming, cooling sound. Perfect way to pacify Pitta dosha. Letting go. A few wise words on the five pranas from Paramahansa Yogananda. The two basic causes of disease are underactivity and overactivity of life energy, prana. That which structures and sustains the body. The improper functioning of any one or more of the 5 governing pranic currents, and here he lists them: Vyana, circulation; Udana, metabolism; Samana, assimilation; Prana, crystallization; and Apana, elimination, adversely affects bodily health. And so the proper functioning of these 5 support perfect health. And he goes on to saying, so long as balanced vitality is maintained by right living, Ayurvedic lifestyle, proper diet, and pranayama, meditation, the life energy control techniques, the body's own life energy electrocutes disease before it can develop. So most of you are just beginning to become acquainted with the 5 pranas. So please avoid the temptation to intellectualize it too much. Give yourselves the opportunity of practice on the mat or beyond the mat in everyday life to begin to get to know them. And for now, I want you just to take an extra little moment here to see if, provided you have the time and you would like to rest a little bit longer, that you stay. But if it's time to move on, that you draw the knees in as the knee just did on either side of your prop and straighten out the legs. And just take a moment longer here in a more traditional Savasana, maybe taking the legs a little further apart even. How does that feel? Good. And then as you're ready, roll onto one side or the other. Doesn't matter which. Take your time. Bending the legs, yes. And taking a moment there. And as you take this moment here, after your practice, it's wonderful to leave behind that which is ready to rest. Mother Nature will gladly take it and absorb it and release it from you. And then using the arms to bring yourselves up, maybe sit on a blanket, a cushion. How was your Shavasana, Dini? Yeah? Restored. You feel restored? All right. Anything to add? Gratitude. Gratitude. So we leave you now with deep appreciation for this little exchange. This is so sweet, so precious. And wish you a great day, a rest of your day or night, wherever you may be. Namaste.